Tricom Worldwide Real Estate Investing Disc Number 6. Interview with Patricia Golder by Dr. J.L. Hutchinson Jr. On this bonus disc, you will actually have the opportunity to listen to Dr. J.L. Hutchinson as he's interviewed by Patricia Golder discussing the ideas of becoming a real estate investor. So sit back, enjoy the show, and once again, always remember, Tricom Worldwide is the company that connects you to the world of real estate.
Good morning, I'm Patricia Golder, and I'm here with Dr. J.L. Hutchinson Jr. talking about real estate investing. Good morning, Dr. Hutchinson.
Good morning.
And we'll be talking about real estate investing and Tricom Worldwide this morning. So, first and foremost, everyone wants to know, how did you get into the real estate business yourself?
Well, thank you for having me on, Patty. I wanted to talk to you about the real estate business. How I got involved is basically it was one that I actually wanted to make money. That was the first of all. I wanted to make money in a large sum, and a job was not going to do it.
So, if someone wants to become a real estate investor, what are some steps they can take to get started?
Well, first of all, first thing is a mind change. They need to focus on what it is they really want to do. If you really want to be a real estate investor, you have to believe that you can become a real estate investor. That's the first challenge, because it's always every war is won before it's even fought by basically the change of mind, understanding that you will have victory. And becoming a real estate investor, one of the second steps you need to do is get around the people that's already in the business so you can acquire the knowledge, and also start writing down some goals and start reading some books. So the more knowledge you have, the better off you will be, because you'll find a niche in the market for you.
What are some reasonable goals for first-time investors to have?
Well, a reasonable goal, first of all, would be real estate investors. We're in the business of making money. So come up with a sum of actually how much money you want to make per year and how much money you want to make per month, and find the avenues and the different niches that can give you that satisfaction of actually being able to acquire property and also acquire an income.
So what are some of the common problems that people might face when they start to invest in real estate, start to get into this, and how can they overcome these problems?
Well, one of the first problems that they will have is actually themselves. I was watching a commercial the other day showing a lady was basically locking her car when she was at a stoplight, and then turned around and she was getting home and she seen a bunch of young teenagers. She turned around and put her keys between her fists just in case for defense. And then she closed the door, and one of the first thing she did is lit up a cigarette while she was watching TV. Most of the time people cause harm to themselves and they don't even know. Most of the people that still have a job and know that job has a dead end, they need to realize that if they want to become real estate investors, they have to make a plan to get out of that situation. And that's one of the first problems, is actually battling yourself, because sometimes we have, over the years, we think of ourselves as a person that can only reach a certain level. And other people look at you as where you are right now, but you can think of yourself much better. Whatever you think of yourself to become, you can become. So overcoming the first problem is yourself. And then look at the people that's around you, as far as the environment, the people that you spend your time, and actually how you manage your time too is very important. What are you doing during the day? Are you moving toward investing in yourself? If not, those are the first problems that you need to address.
Well, for you, what occupations did you have in the past that you think may have helped you overcome some of these problems and helped you in the real estate business?
Well, one of the first occupations that I feel that prepared me, when I was working at a law firm. I used to work at a law firm when I was a teenager. Working there prepared me because I actually got a chance to experience people with real wealth and what that wealth had brought them. You know, the good things in life, the rings and things, I like to say, the watches and swatches and all the different cars that they had. So I looked at that. But one thing that I realized, even though that they were lawyers and some of them were secretaries, one of the main things that actually catapulted them to the next level was real estate. And I started paying attention, and I started looking back at the time when my mom first purchased her first piece of property. And next thing you know, our whole lifestyle changed. So it creates a lifestyle. And that was something that was very appealing to me. And that's where I look back and say, oh man, working at the law firm did actually get me to that point, because that's when I first got involved with real estate. I bought a nightclub when I was 18, so it brought me to a point. And I had a partner, he was 17, so we were just little kids messing around and stumbled on a deal with actually somebody that was in foreclosure, and we took over. So, us not knowing, but that working at the law firm actually prepared me for that.
So now you have your company as a result of this, Tricom Worldwide. Can you tell me a little bit about Tricom and what Tricom does?
Well, Tricom is an instrumental part to me. It's like I always tell people, it's my baby, So Tricom took care of me and helped me acquire property because at the time I needed a support staff. I couldn't do all the research. I couldn't find all the deals that I wanted to on a mass scale the way I wanted to and do it fast. I wanted to acquire wealth in a short period of time because I don't like to work sometimes. So I like to take some time off and focus on some other things as far as my personal life. And at the time, I want to spend more time with my wife and my children. So having a support staff, answering phones, taking on information, passing that off to me was something that was great. And Tricom, now that baby is now running. It was, we go through the stages of crawling and walking, and now is running and is doing it on its own. And what has happened is actually Tricom has grown into helping other real estate investors get to the next level as far as success. And they're on the path of something that I had started as me being a product. Now the clients can actually become a product of their own testimony.
So specifically, what services does Tricom provide for investors?
Well, Tricom provide, one of the first things Tricom provide, we teach them and train them how to become real estate investors. And when people don't realize becoming a real estate investor, you're actually starting a new career. Then you're starting a new business. So we take them through a stage of the training, and then we take them through another stage of the business development. So we teach them how to grow the business and how the business can acquire credit, how the business can buy property, sell property, and then we help them with a business plan. Then they raise funds, and the business itself can stay on its own. So you are creating your baby too. And then we take them to the third stage, that's estate planning. After you have acquired all this wealth, now you need to protect it and be able to transfer it over to your loved ones, to people, be a good pillar to people, to the charity organizations, help build a foundation, a trust, all that stuff. So we take them through those phases, and it's a process, and we call it a plan. I look at real estate as real life, the estate, which is your whole, and we add planning, and that's the process that we take you through. And after you reach that, you should end up with you as a sound professional in the real estate business, your business as a real estate business, wherever that niche may be for you, and a estate plan where you actually have personally developed, and now you have established yourself, and you don't have to worry about someone coming and trying to destroy what you have already built.
So what do you feel makes Tricom unique as a business?
Well, when you say Tricom, what makes Tricom unique? Tricom is my heart. Tricom actually is something where we want to help people. We do whatever we need to do. We don't add anything onto the properties that we have. We expose the clients to what Tricom has, and the same thing for me, because I'm also a client too. So I buy property, I flip, I sell. So Tricom basically supports me, and I invite these people in to do business with us. We like Mercedes. We don't do business with everybody. And if you was a Mercedes owner and you go by and you get ready to go to the parking lot and get in your car and you see a Mercedes flyer stuck in somebody's windshield that's driving a Hyundai, you'll be upset, because you don't want everybody to have access just like you. It's a prestige, and that's what we have built Tricom to be, because we want to take people to the next level, and we have a responsibility of dealing with the families and helping them go to the next level and plan a future for their children. That's what the uniqueness of Tricom. We're not just in the business of just real estate. We're in the business of people, developing relationships, helping them continue those relationships and develop wealth at the same time, and also being a good pillar and helping different people throughout the country.
So it sounds like you have some pretty specific things that people getting into Tricom, need to keep in mind. Can Tricom help anybody get into real estate, or is there a certain type of person that needs to get involved with Tricom?
Well, anybody can, but at the same time, it's called timing. If your mind is not prepared and you're not set and you're not frustrated, I look at people as this. They have to have the H&H. I call it H&H. It's called being hungry and humble. If you're hungry and humble, I can help you no matter what situation you're in, how much money you got. You know, when I was building Tricom and doing the things and going to take it to the next level, I had 35 cents in my pocket. So the story behind that is that I was hungry, but I was humble. I was willing to try to do what it needed to be done in order for Tricom to make it, but be humble enough to understand that this is an opportunity that most people don't get a chance to have. So I took advantage of that by being hungry and humble. And that's what I can take somebody, that's why we take a client that's pretty much have that kind of characteristic. It doesn't matter how much money they have, because most of the properties we buy doesn't require credit, and sometimes it don't require any money.
So with Tricom, what would you say are the benefits of using Tricom versus just investing by yourself?
Well, the benefits of Tricom is for an average real estate investor buys at least 1 to 2 properties, 1 to 3 properties a year. With Tricom, our clients buy 1 to 5 properties in a month. Totally different. We help you acquire property much faster than on your own, and also acquire equity and cash real quick. So in a 6-month period of time, your life changes. Not just change as far as knowledge that you have gained from Tricom, but it also changes financially.
So with these changes, what would you say are the goals, the biggest goals that you have for your clients when they come to Tricom?
The biggest goal for my client is I try to take them and get them to understand that this is real life. And we're doing this and we have a purpose. And the purpose is not my purpose, it's your purpose, whatever that client purpose is. If they're there to help their kids go to college, if they're looking to retire in a few years and create a lifestyle for themselves, that is what the purpose is. And that's what my focus is actually that is the product that we try to sell to our clients, is whatever their dreams and desires that they always had, we can make them come true. But they have to be humble and hungry at the same time.
So what are some of the biggest successes your clients have experienced with Tricom?
Well, some of my clients' biggest successes that a lot of my clients have acquired is for one client that started off where they were just buying small real estate deals, flipping, and now they're at $160 million a year. Have a few other clients that started just doing little houses, contract assignment for contract, where they take $1,000 and then they try to sell it to different people. They move from that to developing and building houses. Now they're looking at building apartment buildings. Then I have other clients that have acquired 30, 40 pieces of property over the years, and actually in the past 5 years, one particular client, and now they're actually retired, left their job and retired. And then I have another client that actually have had success in building property, and then also at the same time doing care housing, and that's what she does. One particular client, and she came to me. She was on welfare, and she didn't have any money. And the first deal, I actually helped her do the first deal, and that was back in Cleveland. And so we have clients in different, over the years, I have helped out a lot of people. And I have a certain group. Right now I'm taking groups of people and we're going to the next level. Like I have right now one group that is actually going to cash in about $6 million worth of property next month. And June, they should have all their money in their pocket. Depends on what they want to do. And that's a group of people that's been with me for less than a year.
Oh.
So it's split between, I say, about 8 families.
So it sounds like if a person can't afford, say, the whole planning, consulting, management services, that they have quite a few other options. You named some of them. What would the other options be? Yeah, I've been working on a product for almost a year now. It's called the Little Investor Package. Little Investor Package for $2,500 gives the client an opportunity to get into the real estate business, have all the power, because real estate gives you power. Because I look at real estate, being a real estate investor, is the power comes from the Lord. And you can do business in anywhere, all over the world, anywhere in the United States. And that power that you have power to hold and to sell property. And what I try to do with the Little Investor Package is give them everything they need, but at the same time, they have the support of Tricom, but they have it at a limited state.
not like our clients, because they have the opportunity to have one-on-one training and counseling with me, and that's a huge difference. I look at myself, as far as in the real estate business, as not a guru. I look at myself as an individual that has an open heart and willing to share his knowledge and take my knowledge and use it as a bridge to help my clients get to the other side.
So you feel that your power comes from God, your power to do everything that you can do comes from God. How has your faith influenced the way you run your business?
Well, if, a lot of people don't know, and a lot of people probably be surprised, but everything that I do as far as my business, everything, even my 7 steps to setting your goal, everything comes from Scripture, everything. And I put it as a basic like this. When people don't realize that, and when you look at Scripture, everybody was making a living prior to their assignment, what God had in store for them. And after then, they actually started a lifestyle and started doing some things and start creating some things and start being, not say they wasn't productive, but being productive on a large scale and helping other people and being focused on other people at the beginning. Even example, even Jesus himself, for 30 years, he worked as a carpenter. And also, the funny thing, everybody was in the real estate business. Some way, somehow, they were involved in the land. And they were making a living. And then all of a sudden, they started to expand their territory and everything. And that's where I get all the stuff from. And the book of Nehemiah is a good business book that I read as far as out of Scripture. And that's about community development and also protecting what God has given you. So that's why when they went to rebuild the walls, they actually had to help the people. He brought in investors to help them take care of their needs so that they can focus on building the wall. Yeah.
So what do you tell people who think that real estate investing might be too complicated or too time-consuming? What advice do you give them?
Well, the reason real estate may sound complicated is because other people make it sound complicated to keep other people out. Yeah, it's a thing of prevention. You don't want everybody to be involved. And to be honest, everybody can't be involved. But on some level, people can participate. So that's why you have escrow companies, title companies. You know, they can't participate because we need help in helping other people. And you need help as far as to help yourself as a real estate investor. So the reason it sounds complicated is because it depends on the information you're getting and how you're digesting that information. I make it so easy that some of my clients say, oh, it's so easy. But when they try to do it, a deal like themselves and not use the information that we has provided them, then it's confusing because it's all about relationships. And everybody know how to have a relationship. If you know how to have a relationship, you know how to do the real estate business.
So how would you say that being a real estate investor has changed your life?
Well, being a real estate investor has changed my life, has exposed me to a lot of different things. Exposed me to more money, exposed me to more people that I would have never met in my everyday life, and actually has set a future for my children. And so when I lay my head down every day, I know that my little daughter, L.A., would know that her daddy is taking care of business and her future is brighter than she can ever imagine. That's what real estate has changed my life.
That's important. So would you say that, or what is the most rewarding part of being in real estate?
The most rewarding part of being in real estate is being able to help people, being able to control your time, being able to focus and show the love that you have in you to people when people don't even think you have it in you, or the capability to love other people. And it embraces the people and helping them get to the next level in their life. And because the way we live in a cynical world where every man for himself, every woman for himself, and every family is divided. A lot of people are disenfranchised. But what real estate does, it brings the people that live in the house together under one roof. It brings the real estate investor money to help provide for his family. And the real estate agent or whoever's involved, all the parties, the management, the contractor, everybody can participate in helping their family by helping one other family who is in that house. And it's a celebration that goes throughout the country, throughout the world, every day. But people don't pay attention. But the ones who's in the house and get that house, they celebrate for us all. And that's why I look at real estate.
Oh, that's great. So what's your vision for Tricom's future, looking back over the history?
My vision for Tricom is to pass it to my children. And when they come in, they know that the vision is theirs. And I look at it like this. When God talked to Abraham, and he said to Abraham, he said, all right, he said, well, I don't have nobody to take my inheritance. I don't have anybody in my bloodline. He said, I have a servant from Damascus. So, and God told him, you're going to have a son, and he's going to have children, going to be as much as the sand of the sea. You're going to have tons of kids. He's like, wait a minute, I'm old. But he also told him, your kids, generations to come, going to suffer for 400 years. And I'm going to take them into the land. But when they leave the land, or if they're captured, they're actually going to be prosperous. And that's what I feel as far as my Lord's telling me, as far as with my children. Yeah, they're going to have some struggles. They're going to have some times, but they're going to prosper. My grandfather died in 1974. He was a jack of all trades. He did everything. That was passed to me. It wasn't passed to my dad. My dad was crippled. He was handicapped. And he did business, but he did it at a certain level. And my dad used to celebrate and watch me. And that has passed over to me. And now I do so much. And I have all these skills and knowledge. Now it's going to get passed over to my children. As a group, I have 5 kids. I got 3 boys and actually 4 boys and 1 girl. And they're going to take over. And I believe my daughter is going to be the one at the helm. She's going to run everything. She got an attitude like my mother. Yeah.
That's great. So if you could send one message to your listeners about real estate investing, what would that be?
What would that be? That would be this. It would be that you need to close your eyes for a minute and think about all the things that you've been through, all the experiences, all the stuff that you have got yourself involved in, the experiences that you had, and think of the value of the knowledge that you have gained through that. It may not have been the results that you wanted, but you have the ingredients to make a life of success. No matter what people say, no matter what people think, you have it in you. And all you need to do is sometimes shake it up, mix it up a little, and go ahead and express yourself. When I say express yourself, express that knowledge and information that you have. Find a venue, write things down, make your dreams come true, bring it into the now, and get around the people that you need to get around, and build a team. Build a team. And once you build a team, what happens, all the things that's in you will come out. And whatever comes out will become you, because it's part of you. Your character is your heart. And whatever you set your mind to, real estate, it could be a stepping stone. But real estate is also a part of life. And everybody that has prospered through real estate, and those who have prospered through other venues, go back to real estate to make sure they have that sound foundation. And I always tell people, build the same material and use the same material. You know, you take a brick, you need cement to hold the other brick. If not, the cement is in a different form. It's in a liquid form. It's soft, but it gets hard. So after a while, you need to basically use that cement. Whatever your experiences is, get people in your life that have been through the same experiences that you have. And that's the same material. And that makes you stronger. And before you know it, you have built your life. And your life is much successful than you can ever imagine. And that's what I would leave with people.
Thank you so much, Dr. Hutchinson. This has been great. A lot of information, a lot of good information. I think people are going to be really inspired. I'm Patricia Golder. I've been talking to Dr. Hutchinson about TRICOM and real estate investing.
All right. Thank you, Patty. Thank you.